When are babies expected to push through their hands with tummy time? Okay. They are and they aren't. People make the confusion of pushing up to planking, okay? So now there's stages of tummy time. In tummy time, originally, during the 1 month stage, your baby is on your chest or on their bed, again, supervised in tummy time. Their hands are out, they're not propped. And with that, their heads can go up and down into this. What are they getting out of this? It's almost like a pre-crawl, right? They're weight transferring. Their head is starting to cross midline. All of these are starting to come into play. They're not lifting their heads. That is not the objective of tummy time. Tummy time to lift their heads. You and I can lift our heads, right? That's not how a baby does it. The pelvis goes down and it brings the head up, right? It brings the head up. I'll show you my baby doll as much as I can. Then going into the second months, right? Now you're starting to get into where you can weight transfer and start to look at your world, right? And they're doing these kind of movements and looking around. That's where rolling over starts to come into play, right? All of a sudden I'm looking, and I can start to grab and reach, right? And I'm going here. If I engage my hands for a push or a plank like this, I can't grab a toy, because if I do, that's what happens. Or if you're starting to see your baby starting to do these kind of things where they're trying to push up to lift their head, already it's an unsuccessful tummy time and they're getting into trouble. This is where I'm trying to show you what a milestone looks like, the qualities behind it, because we're looking at, most people look at any movement as good movement. And then when your child gets into trouble, where I get the calls, at 6, 7, 8 months old of rolling over or do those kind of things, or crawling, and I want to say to go back into to the solutions of the problem, and I'm saying go back to tummy time, and you're like, I want walking, I don't want tummy time. So then by the 3 months and so forth, you're really getting into the rolling over, and that's starting to happen. But by 4 months, a very important thing happens, right? First of all, you have airplane. Again, nice pubic bone strike, but your baby will start to go up and plank down on their pubic bone, right? This is a very important pre-milestone for your walking, and also for tongue articulation, right? That's coming out. That's really an issue, right? So again, you have your baby here, and they're just in tummy time, and they're going in and out. That happens during the first month. They need this positioning for the weight transfer of the hands, the weight transfer, the crossing midline that's going on here. Non-optimal tummy time, you're starting to see this. That shouldn't happen. You should not see two butt up, right? Because now the head's in. This is usually when the pelvis is going up, that's when you're calling me saying, oh, my baby just hates tummy time. No, they feel like they're drowning, right? By 2 months, they're starting to weight transfer and going over more like this, right? And they're looking here and they're going into. It should not be lack of midline back up like this and pushing through the hands. Again, if I'm in that position, I can't play. In this position, I can start to reach out because I've weight transferred. I'm weight transferring over. I can reach out. I can do those kind of things. But by 4.5 months, pubic bone strike happens where a child is up. They start to go up, and it looks like almost like they're ready to crawl, and they go wham, right? It's a pubic bone strike, and that's what they're after. And then they also do airplane, where they're out here and their hands are up and they're doing airplane, and they're almost like they're surfing on their pelvis. And that's what's meant to happen. They can reach out, they're crossing midline, they're grabbing their feet, those kind of things are happening. But if you're expecting your baby to plank and go up like this, like you're working out at the gym, that is not a milestone. Why? Look where the eyes are going. The eyes are not there, and you're putting force, and I can't play. So to say when am I going to push through, my answer technically is no, right? Because you're always having that weight transfer. Something is going on with your child. They shouldn't push up that way. And that's where you're talking about the hands down in tummy time. Thanks.